Good morning, guys. Oh, and good afternoon as well for everyone that is joining us from all across the world. Hi, Josh. How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm really well, thanks. How are you, Robyn?
Yeah, not too bad. Looking forward to going through this release today. I don't know about you, but there are some really big ones I've been waiting for a long time coming out on this release. So I am very excited about this.
Yeah, there's some things that my clients are really going to like.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So I can see people logging in on this one. So while we are waiting, let's just do a quick introduction. So just firstly, for people that don't know who I am, my name is Robyn. I am one of the customer success managers here at the London office for Vincere. And Josh, who exactly are you again?
I'm Josh. I'm the enterprise sales lead, work at the London office, but support enterprise clients globally.
Brilliant. Okay, guys. So we, as like I said, we are the lucky chosen ones to be taking you through these really great releases today. So with this as well, just kind of as a bit of how you guys get to use this as well, if you guys have not been joining our live webinars before, is that you may notice that if you are talking to us, we cannot hear you, unfortunately, as much as Josh and I love to have a chat. So with this, guys, is that in the chat box on the right-hand side, please feel free to enter in any questions you have along the way. Just to test out that everyone has this up and running on a scale of 1 to 10, how is everyone feeling today? Let us know. Are you excited? Because I know I'm very excited about this. But yeah, just put every question you have in the chat box. Josh will be jumping in on some of the questions as well. So if you guys have anything, feel free to pop those in. And we've got a couple of members in the support team as well. So they will be getting to your questions while I am talking at you guys for the foreseeable. So I hope you like the sound of my voice on this one. Cool. Next one, what we are going to be going through today. Now, we have some really great key releases along here. So I'm going to be running you through some of these great ones. I'm sure you guys are very keen on what you're seeing so far. So up the top here, first one is the custom field columns. Other ones we've got down here are removing applications, a bit of advanced search updates as well, which I personally love. And we can also do some upload attachments to email templates. And importantly as well, we've also got candidate unavailability. So, what do you think, Josh? Should we keep them waiting any longer? Or should we jump on into it?
Just interested to know what your score out of 10 is. How are you feeling today?
Oh, me, how do I feel? Do you know what? After seeing this, I'm going to say I'm a solid 10 today. I feel pretty good. How about
Brilliant.
you? How you feeling?
I'm about level with what's coming on the chat, so 9.2. I think that's me.
Not, do you know what? That's brilliant. Hopefully, we're going to get everyone to 10 by the end of today. So I'm looking forward to it. Right, let's jump on into the system then. So let's start off with the big one up the top here, as I'm sure you guys are all really keen, is to go through the custom field columns in Vincere. So again, guys, this has been something that I'm sure everyone has spoken or said at least once by going through the Vincere process, is that we now have the availability to put up new columns, and these are going to be your custom fields, what you guys have set up in the system already. So just quickly on this one, is how you guys are going to be able to set this up. It's within your field configuration down below here. So very similar, if you guys haven't created any custom fields already, what you're doing, feel free to create all of your custom fields. But what you guys are going to have the availability to do is, once you have created all of your different custom fields, is that when you scroll on down to the bottom, and you can see we have a lot of different custom fields, is that when you come down to here and you click on your edit over here, this is now going to give you the option to select this as a custom column. So similar to the enable wildcard, make sure when you have created your custom fields, you tick this box on, and this is going to allow you to take from the different columns that you have available and update them to make them exactly what you guys are wanting to see. With this as well, guys, you are going to be able to select up to 30 different custom fields that you are wanting to be in a column. So with this, you can do 30 within your candidates, 30 within your contacts. With this as well, just make sure that you have clicked and dragged this custom field into the candidate summary over here too, so you can pull all of that information and also capture that information as you go through with your candidates or your jobs or contacts, vice versa, as you go through on here too. Has been anything that I've missed on this one so far, Josh?
No, we're going well so far. One of the questions in
Fabulous.
the chat asked around the total number. So you can have more than 30 custom fields, but you are limited to having 30 custom fields in your column view at that time. If you want to add and amend that, you can go into your permissions here and select that column view box.
Brilliant. Sounds good. Now let's show the people what they are wanting on this one and what this will actually look like in the system. So I'm just going to show you in the candidates field for today. But obviously, remember, guys, this is going to work across all of the different base layer databases. So you can do this in your companies, your contacts, and your jobs as well. So over here, I am going to just quickly jump on into my table views and configuration. And first thing you guys will notice if you've got your custom view up the top here. So depending on what you click and drag and move around, it's going to save in that custom view as well. But you guys can also save your smart views up the top here too. And if anyone has been in one of my trainings, I can see a couple of people that have been. So with this, you guys know that I am a smart view fiend. I love getting organized. I love all of this. So I can only imagine that some of you guys equally share my passion on this. So what we can do is go straight on into the columns over here. And I'm just going to quickly create some of the customer field columns. So I am just going to quickly jump on into my checkboxes up the top here. This is just an example one that I've created, but you can see along here, all of the custom field ones are available. And if you weren't searching as well and you just wanted to identify them quickly, you can see all of the custom fields allocated on that list too. So I'm just going to select this one here, jump on into my checkboxes, and we can see that it is just along the top here. So you can see I've started to get all of this information. I can filter with this as well if you want to. So if you're looking for specific information, I can do that along the top here. So guys, this is probably going to make your lives a lot easier as you can see exactly what kind of custom information you are looking for. Josh, any questions in the chat or anything that I've missed out on this one?
No, I just think everyone's going to really benefit from how much they're able to configure their own versions of the system with the information that they need to see and build that view out so it's kind of bespoke to what everyone's information that's important.
Yeah, definitely. I have to admit this one is probably going to be my favorite release of today. I mean, we've got some really great ones coming up as well. I mean, the resumes, do you know what? I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We'll jump into that later. But with this, what we are next going to jump on into is how you guys can remove applications from the system. So I am going to jump on into my ATS pipeline stage of shortlisted, and I'm going to jump on into my pending actions just so I can find some different people in the stage. Now, what this is essentially going to do is that, as you guys will be aware, is that we like to use the shortlisted stage for your long list as well, so you can start to filter through. And up until this point, the way that you would remove people from this shortlist is going to go through and reject them. Obviously, this is a great way for keeping marks on their records, so you can see if you rejected them from certain places. But obviously, sometimes this is not exactly what you guys are always going to want to do, and you want to kind of make your long list into a short list and not necessarily keep a record on the candidate's account. Well, this is for you guys. So what you can do over here is that let's use Benita up the top here. I am going to just click on her candidate tick box over here, and what you are going to see is we have now got the option to reject the candidate as well as remove the application as well. So guys, what this is going to essentially allow you to do is I can click on into remove application, and this is going to wipe Benita completely clean from any kind of association with this dancer at Stark Industry. So what you can go into here is you can leave your comments if you want to as well. So I can say, long list removal, something like that. You guys can get as creative as you want to in here, and then you can just remove them from up the top here too. And that is going to completely wipe them from that part of the system. Now this goes from shortlisted up to first interview stage, but now please remember with this guys is that because it has wiped them completely clean for any of your intelligence, especially for your KPIs and things like that guys, if you are still wanting to monitor and track them up to a certain point, we do recommend using the reject, as that will still keep that shadow and that previous sort of a journey that the candidate has taken up until that point. To remove them, it will wipe them clean completely. Josh, any questions or anything that I've missed out on so far?
No, the only thing I'd point out here is the consolidated activities table will show when an application is removed. So it's not lost forever, but you'll need to be very specific about where you go to in the system to review that activity, but it will be removed from your activities and KPIs as you discussed.
Brilliant. Sounds good on that one. I have to admit, I'm quite excited about this as well, especially when it comes to doing different sorting. As mentioned, a lot of our clients use this for when you are doing your long list, as you can use this as whatever you want, as it is completely internal. So you guys will be able to comment into here if you've got someone or you're working on a collaborative space, you can go through, remove people, get that final shortlist, and then do a bulk send out as well. So it's going to be really great and really easy for you guys. So I'm quite excited about this one.
I like the fact that the kind of goals KPIs are going to be more reflective now. You're not going to have some some nuances or skews in the data that feed into it. So it's going to give you that extra level of confidence and accuracy about what you're reporting on, what you're feeding back in, what you're talking to your teams about.
Exactly. It sounds so good. So I'm quite excited for this one, and I'm sure you guys are as well. As we go along with this one as well, guys, put in the chat, what are you most excited about? I will ask you again at the end of today's video. But with this, is there anything you're really excited about? Let us know. Share the excitement, because I'm quite buzzing about this and I don't want to feel like a big nerd. So what we are going to do from within here is the next part is we are going to jump on into the different advanced search updates. So I'm just going to quickly jump on into here, and the first place that we are going to find this is going to be in our applications advanced search. So for you guys, I'm going to jump on into here, and then what I'm also going to do is just jump on into the search screen up the top here. Now, the first one that's going to be the highlighted up the top is going to be applied job titles. So up the top here, I can start to type in, and instead of it being just a free text box, what you're going to start to notice is that I can search for different IDs, and we are going to get a drop down list as well. So from one I prepared earlier, I'm going to start to type in a different ID. So 337 and then 19. And I can see as I start to type this, there is going to be a list that appears. And as I keep typing, the list is dynamic. So it will keep updating so I can find the correct job that I am looking for. So for all of you guys that like to use IDs when you're searching for different applications or different jobs as well, this is where you can come on into here and you can really get specific with those different searches. So up the top here, I've got my different job ones. But if I have any applications as well, they will be in here too. So you're really easy to go through, find exactly what it is you are looking for. So I can just select this up here and you can see that full ID has come through really quickly, really easily. And then you can start searching and find any details. And especially within your advanced search setting, if there's any specific information that you need to look for. Josh, any questions that are popping up or anything about this that I have missed out on?
No, absolutely. We are where we need to be.
Perfect. I am really excited about this as well. And what I was looking at as well is that if you wanted to come on into here and start typing for a specific job too, so let's say I'm looking for my mechanical engineers, that drop down will also appear down here too. So it's going to be really great, especially for people if you've got some high volume temp, you're getting a lot of the same job titles. You can start typing things up the top here and really quickly identify this in the search and find the exact job that you are looking for. So really excited. Make sure time a lot easier, and we are all about optimizing the day in your time, the time in your day as well. What you can also do from down here, and I'm just going to do this within the application section, but this functionality is also going to be available in the candidate section. So for all of my people that love to do a bit of resume searching, this is for you. What you have below here is you have got the new section that says resume. If I tick on this box, you're going to get the keyword section down below here. So what I can go on into here is I can start to type in, as I would within the normal resume search field, I can say operations, I can look for manager, whatever it is that you guys are wanting to look for. And once I hit enter as well, this is going to create these as specific keywords. So I'm just going to select these two from down here, hit search, and this is going to work in exactly the same way as your resume search. So if I come on up to the top here, I want to go into my quick view, and I'm going to jump on into the CV over the side here. You can see that it's highlighted all of this information that I have started to search, and just making it really easy, especially for guys that may not necessarily be comfortable building out any Boolean strings or anything like that, or you're just trying to do this really quickly. This is going to be really great for you guys. So you can see, type in whatever you need to, and it will highlight within that CV section over here too. So really excited about this. I have a lot of people that like to use the CV search, and why would you not? It's a great function within the system, and it's going to highlight all along here too. So you can see it really quickly and really easily. Any questions or anything to add on this one, Josh?
I think this is the type of update that doesn't get shouted about or kind of get people really, really excited, but actually it adds so much convenience to people's day-to-day. It's a real time saver. So these are the ones that can sometimes kind of slip in under the radar, but actually operationally, desk level for recruiters, this is the one that's making life better. So I get really excited about these ones from a day-to-day point of view, even though they might not have the bells and whistles and the shininess of some of the other releases that we make.
Definitely. No, I'm completely with you on this one. Like I said, a lot of people use this in their day-to-day, and it's so easily overlooked, but I think it's going to be absolutely brilliant for people. Again, I think this one might be a strong contender for what people are most excited about. I know that this one, I got a bit excited, I have to admit, when we were being told about this in our briefing. Fabulous. The next one I am going to want to run through, and again, this is really fun one, is we are going to be doing how you guys can upload attachments to email templates. Yes, you did hear that correctly. So what we are going to go into is we're going to go over to our settings over here, and I'm going to quickly jump on into our email templates. Now, we are doing this in phases. So this is going to be phase 1. And I actually, you'll be proud of me, Josh, I was prepared. I actually wrote down the exact templates that this is going to be affected in for you guys. I was going to say very, very organized this morning, proud of myself, pat on the back. So the templates that this is going to be shown in today is going to be 2.1 to 2.2. Then we've got 6.1 to 6.8 and 6.9. 7.1, 7.2, and 20.1 as well. So you guys are going to be able to see this really great new functionality within these parts of the system. So I am going to quickly jump on into 2.1 today, and you can see we have got this lovely new attachment section up the top here. So as you can see straight away, I have been able to apply different templates up the top here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Josh, because my brain is not too on it this morning, but essentially I believe it's that we can attach up to 25 megabytes and then a maximum of 11 megabytes per individual file.
There we
Did I
go.
remember
Got
that
it in
correctly?
one. You must have been having your coffee. So yeah,
Yes,
exactly
exactly.
right.
That's perfect. I thought that was the one thing I was concerned about today, was getting that one wrong. So that's okay. If that's the biggest concern of my day, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. So what we can do is you can see you can attach whatever files you need to, and these are going to pull through every single time you go into the part of the system, and it will then pull through. Again, it works in exactly the same way as normal templates. You can edit this and you can create multiple templates along here too. So remember guys, with this is that this at the moment is going to be attached to 2.1 to 2.2, 6.1 to 6.8 and 6.9, 7.1, 7.2 and 20.1. But we are definitely going to be rolling out some more in the future. So with this guys, if you do have suggestions, please bring these forward to us and we can start to integrate these into other parts of different templates as well. So you can see I can attach them really easily, and then we are going to jump on into what this looks like in the front end. Any questions that have come through so far, Josh?
Yeah, had a really good question come through about file types. So yes, you can attach Word documents as well as PDFs. I know the sales team, there was an audible cheer when we communicated that this will be coming out, and I know there's more to do on it, and there'll be kind of phase rollouts into the other templates, but we're super excited to have this. It's going to make a massive, massive difference to all of our customers. So really pleased to be able to share the news on this one today.
Yeah, exactly here. Like, I cannot wait for this to come out. I know it's going to make everyone's days a lot easier and stop them having to attach different documents as well. So yeah, audible cheer was all around the office on that one. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly jump on into where this is. So as I have used 2.1 today, I'm just going to stick with it, but I've already read out the list that this is going to affect, so you guys can do this in multiple parts of the system. I'm going to jump back on into my shortlisted and into my pending actions, and I'm going to jump over to 2.1, which is sending a job detail to a candidate. So what I can do over here is I can tick on this list over here. And what I would be able to do is that when I send the job to the candidate, now this may, yeah, perfect. You can see up the top here. So I've got the attachments that have come through automatically as well. So really going to save you guys so much time. You can see I've got the examples of good and bad CVs along here too. And if you want to check what these are as well, just to make sure, you can click on into these and you'll get a little preview of all of these different documents as well. So you can see exactly what it is when you are sending this out. And again, you can hit preview in exactly the same way as you would, and this is exactly what is going to be sent across to that candidate in this instance. So you can see it works in exactly the same way. You've still got their buttons down here, but you've got those lovely, lovely templates up the top here that they can download and upload as well. I'm really excited about this.
Just to address something in the chat, yes, you can still configure the various templates that exist within those subsections of the emails templates. So if you need to build one that's client specific or has interview prep for a particular hiring manager, you can absolutely still do that. Yeah, so just to answer that question.
Definitely. Yep. So exactly the same way. It's just that new function or that new feature that has been attached to that too. Now, I'm really excited about this, as I know a lot of people will want to be sending out some sort of interview things, or even things that you guys want to upload into portals too. So if you are sending out certain documents or things like that that your candidates are needing to fill out, and then they can upload them through their candidate portal, feel free to do that. So there's a lot of really great things you guys can be doing on this. And again, How are you guys feeling so far? What are you most excited about? Let me know. We have got one more big one that I'm going to be running you through today, and this is going to be regarding all about availability and, most importantly, unavailability within the system too. So before we jump on into that, is there any other things that I've missed or anything we want to run through again that is popping up in that comment section, Josh?
No, lots of excited people about the email templates. There's whoops and hollering going on at the moment. So yeah, lots of people as equally pleased about that as we are, I think, Robyn.
Brilliant. That's exactly what I needed to hear. So what I'm going to do then is, just to wrap up for today, is I am going to jump on into a candidate, and I'm also going to run on into the availability section. Now, up until this point, pretty much everyone will be aware that if you have this as availability unknown, it will mark them as basically unavailable. So you're only ever going in and saying they are available, and that is what the difference is between these. Now we have the option to go in and physically mark someone as specifically unavailable on that day. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly jump on into my edit section over here. And then I have the option to hit the plus button as I would when I am entering in different availabilities. So I can go on over to here, hit that plus button, and up the top here, we've got the option to select unavailable as well. So if I just ticked on this, I can then go through, I can set different dates, different times, add in different things that they are able to do, when it repeats, if it repeats, and you can do your different repeating schedule down here too. Any notes you need to put in, so you could say, maybe they're on holiday, not available, but they'll be back on certain dates and times, and you can go in and you can save that as well. So I will go through here and I'm just going to hit save. I'll have to remember 15th of August. Don't let me forget that. Otherwise I'll look like a right melon when I do my searching later. So you can see I've just set this as unavailable down here too. So what this will then allow me to do is I can jump back on into my search, and I am going to quickly go on up to my candidate search, and I'm going to go to candidates. And then I'll go on into my availability section as well. So I can go to contract and temporary, and I'm going to go down to availability here. So I'm going to say within a custom period, and I'm going to set it between these dates here. So what I can do is I can do a search. I can perform an exact date match down here too if I want to. So if I want to say I want to know exactly what people are doing if they are available within here. But if I don't, and I just want to see if they're available maybe 1 or 2 days out of the selection, I can leave this unticked. And then as I go through to here as well, I can then do my search, and fingers crossed Brennan will not show up. Unreal, he doesn't.
Success.
Exactly, brilliant success on my part. So what you can do is you can see these are all of the people that are available within these dates and times, and of course you can integrate this with much more sophisticated search strings if you want to as well, and you can do all of your saved searches as well. So if you are doing this quite a lot, especially I forgot to mention that with your resume searches as well, please feel free to include that in your saved searches. If you are doing a lot of the same searches, will save you guys so much time in your day. And again, you can come on into here and work away as you normally would. So straight away, you can go in and see their availability, what they can do, what they may have already been booked for. And you can get all of this really clearly and really easily to see, just making your day that little bit easier. Anything that's popped up in that question box or anything you want to comment on for this part, Josh?
So yeah, I used to manage large temporary workforces or non-permanent workforces. And at the moment in Vincere, we've got 2 buckets. We've got available and availability unknown, right? So adding in a third bucket, which means we've got available, availability unknown, and not available, that gives the consultant more information. So when we talk about how are we going to call through or contact our candidates, we now have a better way to refine that. We now have 3 buckets, and the day-to-day impact of that might be, rather than calling 200 people, I know 60 of those are unavailable, they're on leave, they've got plans. So I'm going to focus my time on that 140 that are available, and I'm getting efficiency. So this is one that's really close to my heart. I'm really passionate about this, and giving the desk level recruiter more information and more capability to work smarter is kind of very core to everything we want to do. So really excited about this update. Would have loved it when I was recruiting myself.
Gosh, you can tell that you're in sales, can't you? That was incredible. Brilliant. I couldn't even dream of phrasing that even better, but no, absolutely spot on with this one. So guys, again, that was everything I wanted to run through and show you guys today, but that does not mean that is everything. So Josh, do you want to take it away and explain what other ones we have got coming up?
Well, yeah, I'll be the follow-up act. You've had all of the headline information, the big reveals, the big
I
shiny
don't
and
know what you're
glitzy
talking
stuff.
about.
But yeah, like we talked about earlier, different customers all use Vincere in a slightly different way, in a slightly different kind of configuration, which means that some of these updates that I list off in kind of maybe some of our minor updates might actually be critical to your business, might really, really help you. So just because I'm going through the second tier updates doesn't mean that you shouldn't pay a lot of attention to them, because they may be able to have a really big benefit. So first thing we're going to talk about is just the edit email in time temp. Very simply, we just shortened that process, made it easier and more convenient. So again, there'll be a really big operational impact of that change. Reserve columns and additional filters in data export. So I work with a lot of prospects as well as existing customers on getting that correct level of data out of Vincere and into an onward system, whether that be accounting and finance or whatever the case may be. So the ability to reserve columns and make that transition of kind of the manual intervention easier, as well as additional filters in that data export, is going to be a real powerful update. So if you are someone who utilizes that data export and you feed data onwards, have a look at that, check those out, make sure that you're aware of those updates that are in this next release. We've got some updated UI for talent pools and distribution lists. This is a really, really key feature in terms of anyone who kind of bulk contacts, bulk communicates, specs, floated, marketed, whatever the case may be. Using those talent pools and distribution lists are really, really important. So, having a look at that new UI is going to be key for you. And then finally, loads more, right? We've always got things, tweaks, changes, updates coming. So my advice to everyone is get your head in the release notes, as Robyn and I do as soon as they come out. Celebrate the wins for the things that are going to affect you operationally. And then let us know what else. We're always taking suggestions, idea about what we want to see in the next updates and the next releases. Use that comment section, submit your ideas. We're really keen to know where the specialists, the people who are using it day in, day out, want to take the technology.
Exactly. Honestly, couldn't have said it better myself, Josh. Absolutely smashed it. But with this one, guys, exactly as Josh said, please never be shy about putting your suggestions forward. Ultimately, we make this system for you guys. So we want you guys to be using it to the absolute best and making your day easy. And if you don't tell us, we do not know. So please never be shy when it comes to giving us any kind of feedback. We really appreciate it. So with this as well, I just wanted to finish up on for today is essentially for you guys is that if you are wanting to re-watch this webinar or anything like that, we will be putting this video up onto our webinars. So vincere.io/webinars. And for those of you guys that have not seen or heard of this part of our website before, there are a lot of really great webinars that you guys can have access to as well. So you can see we've got a little list on the left-hand side there of a couple of ones that we have up and running. And as mentioned, this will be up there too. So for guys that were unable to join us live, no dramas at all. You'll still be able to catch up on this. And I'm sure you'll probably want to hear me reread out those different email templates for the third time, fourth time. So guys, go through there, have a little look. And again, any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I can see there are a couple left in the chat. So myself, Josh, and the support team will be going through and answering these. If you have any more, please put it forward. But as I said, please let us know, what are you most excited about on this new release? Do you know what? I'm going to stick with custom field columns. I think that is what I am most excited about. Josh, what are you most excited about?
Operationally, I think you're right. In terms of a sales functionality point of view, those kind of the ability to filter that export coming out is going to solve a lot of my problems in that discovery. But look, loads of good stuff across the piece, really. And Robyn, I'd like to thank you for doing all of the heavy lifting, carrying me through the webinar. So yeah, it's really appreciated. Thanks very much.
Not at all. Couldn't have done it without you, Josh. But guys, thank you so much again. Any questions, reach out to us, and please feel free to use the support portal as well for any questions you guys have along the way. But it was lovely seeing you all today, and I'm sure I will see you guys soon. But take care and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Bye.